Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Just going to do another quick opening video for the Spellbook cards. This pack is the Martial Powers and Races. So there's only actually a few different packs left that I don't own at this point in time, and that's the Paladin, the Ranger, and the Druid and Bard. So I still don't think I'm going to end up getting all of those, although I think I still have the option to pick up the Bard deck. But this one was probably the next on the list, just because when it comes to the other spellcasting classes, like the the Ranger and the Paladin and stuff like that, they're not the most commonly used, and they tend to have fewer spells, so it's easier for the players to know these. But this one I thought was pretty cool because this is Martial Powers and Racial Features. So, this says it contains all of the maneuvers available to the strategic fighter, as well as innate spells for the various races of the realms. See how well that shows up. And I am recording at my kitchen table. The dining room table is completely just full up of stuff right now. I really need to get that cleaned off. But anyway, on the back here, so it just says again, Spellbook cards, Martial Powers and Races. So this contains 61 durable laminated cards, including 16 Battlemaster maneuvers, 3 Totem Barbarian abilities, 19 Monk techniques, and all the spell-like racial abilities of the Aasimar, Drow, Firbolg, Forest Gnome, the Genasi, High Elf, Tiefling, and Triton races. So this is going to be pretty interesting. So let's give this an open. Now the retail price, I don't know what it's going for on the website or what the US price is. I paid $15 for this, which is fairly standard in terms of the cost for a lot of these spell cards. Now, of course, this is not the easiest thing in the world to get into, and I don't want to rip it. So I'm going to try to take my time, and if I was smart I would have had something that I could put in there just to pry it open with, but I think we're going to get it here. Alright, there we go. So what's interesting is, I don't know how it's going to show up on the camera, but it looks like there's actually color coding in there, because this strip in the middle looks to be a different color than the rest. So we'll kind of see what we've got here. Just wow, on the back, so it's Yanti. So this is just a single thing. Most of the other ones had like 2 bundles of cards. This one only has the 1. So I'm not going to really go through and read off too much about these, because I think a lot of these are pretty, pretty well covered by all the other deck openings that I've done so far. So let's just see if I can get this open here. Alright, so yeah, it definitely looks like it's color coded, so let's see what we've got here. Definitely got some color coding going on there, so let me just, I don't know how well that's going to pick up, but you can hear just the sounds of the cards kind of separating there. Now, the one thing is that some of these are going to be duplicates of other spell cards. So like you saw the Fireball one there, you have the Light cantrip. So some of these are going to be, like I said, duplicated. So again, just the quick basics. It gives you your casting time, the range, the duration, what components. If there's a material component, it will list it there. This is the Aasimar. Light ability, then we have the Air Genasi, and they have Levitate. So again, I'm not going to read the whole effect off, but the one thing about this is it has the C inside of a diamond, so that means concentration. So it's an ability that you actually have to concentrate on. So you got the Genasi and the Aasimar there. Then the next 3 cards are Barbarian abilities. So you have Beast Sense, which again requires concentration, Speak with Animals with a 10-minute duration, verbal and somatic component, and Commune with Nature. And the cruddy thing about recording here is there's a fluorescent light overhead, so I apologize for the glare. I'm going to just, I guess, do the rest of this video by actually looking through the viewfinder, which I've been trying to get out of the habit of doing. but in this situation, probably be best to do that. So then we also have our Drow ability. So we got Dancing Lights, Fairy Fire, Darkness, the Earth Genasi, Pass Without Trace, Detect Magic. Hold on. So that was the Earth Genasi. So this is the Spellbook, and so they get Detect Magic and Disguise Self. The Fire Genasi gets Produce Flame, and there is another card in behind there, as well as Burning Hands. Then the Forest Gnome gets Minor Illusion, and so the High Elf card, I was kind of wondering about that because the High Elf lets you choose an additional cantrip from any spell list. So that's what they give you a blank card for. So you would just put down basically what it is. So it is a cantrip. And what's kind of cool is it has just the name on the back here for the races. So for example, and symbols. So you got like the Drow symbol, which is really cool. You got the Earth Genasi, the Spellbook, which I know that's supposed to be its nose, but it looks like kind of a weird grin to me. Anyway, so you got that. You got the Fire Genasi, Forest Gnome with a little squirrel on his head, Asmar, and the Earth Genasi. And the Barbarian just has the Barbarian symbol. So this is the symbol in the player's handbook for the Barbarian. It's just that axe. So let's move on to the next set of colors here. Oh boy. All right. So I think these are all the Battlemaster abilities. So I'm not going to again read them off in detail, but where this is one of the martial powers, so it just says attack type and then blank, and then die effect is damage to the, or plus to damage roll. So it just says when you take an attack action on your turn, you can forego one of your attacks and use your bonus action to direct one of your companions to strike. When you do so, choose a friendly creature who you can see, can hear you, expend one superiority die. That creature immediately uses its reaction to make one weapon attack, adding the superiority die to the attack's damage roll. So let's just say you rolled a 3, they would have to have their reaction to do this. So that is an important thing to keep in mind because it does use their reaction, which they only get 1 per round. But then they would get to add that 3 to the damage, which is really cool. And it just has that symbol on the back. And the M, I'm assuming, is probably for maneuver. Alright, so we got disarming attack. So this one just says attack type is weapon attack and a plus to damage roll. Distracting strike, and I want to make sure that these are all just single cards. Okay. They feel a little bit thicker. It may just be in my head. It's been a while since I've handled the spell cards, but anyway. So again, weapon attack plus to damage roll. Evasive footwork, attack type blank, die effect to plus to AC. So when you move, you can expend 1 superiority die, rolling that die and adding the number rolled to the armor class until you stop moving. So you got Fainting Attack. It says attack type bonus action, and the die effect is a plus to damage roll. Goading Attack, it's a weapon attack, plus to damage roll. Lunging Attack. Maneuvering Attack. And again, these all have other abilities, but I just want to see if there's anything else that's kind of different. So here we have Parry, which allows you to, whatever you roll for your superiority die, you reduce the damage that you take based off whatever you roll on that die. So attack weapon, and plus to damage roll, weapon attack to bonus roll, plus to attack damage roll, sorry. Rally is a bonus action that gives you, the die effect is plus temporary hit points. That's pretty cool. And then you have Riposte, which is melee weapon attack, and the adds to the damage roll. Sweeping Attack, which adds to damage. So this one just says when you hit a creature with a melee weapon attack, you can expend 1 superiority die to attempt to damage another creature with the same attack. Choose another creature within 5 feet of the original target, and within your reach if the original roll would hit the second creature. It takes damage equal to the number you roll on your Spirited die. The damage is of the same type that dealt by the original weapon. And then you just have Trip Attack. So those are the Battle Master abilities, which is really cool. So we got our racial ones, which have the black. I kind of wish they just would have had all the racial stuff together, instead of having like the barbarian cards split there in the middle. But we also have the Shadow Monk. So we'll just kind of go through and just show which features you get here. So you have Minor Illusion for the Shadow Monk. You have Burning Hands. I'm just going to separate these as I go in case they don't have them based on the monastic tradition. So you got Burning Hands of the Four Elements Monk. Yeah, they definitely don't. Sanctuary of the Open Hand Monk, so that's the way of the open hand. Thunder Wave. So, and these are probably all the same on the back. Yeah, they are. Okay. So you have Thunder Wave, which is a Four Elements Monk. Darkness, which is a Shadow Monk ability. And Dark Vision. So you got two Shadow ones back to back. So as we're just kind of going through this, I'm not going to read off all the names, but you can have a look and see which ones you get here. Again, if I had any criticism, it's that the monastic traditions should have been all together instead of separated, because it just means that you have to go through and do all this now. So Four Elements, Shadow, Fireball, so we saw that one earlier. Alright, Monk, Four Elements. Four Elements. Most of these are probably going to be for the Four Elements, but at the same time, oh, just Astral Projection, just a regular Monk ability. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to put that open hand, Four Elements, and then Shadow, just to have those kind of separated. And then we've got some more racial stuff here in the back. So we have the Tiefling's Thaumaturgy, as well as their Hellish Rebuke, and Darkness. Then we have the Triton, which has Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Wall of Water. Oh, I guess that's, again, because they have the different racial things. So that's the back of the Tiefling card. And this is the back of the Triton card, which is pretty cool. And you've seen the back of the Auntie. We haven't gotten there yet, but we have the Water Genasi, so they got Shape Water, Create or Destroy Water, and that's it for them, and that's their symbol. And then you have the Auntie's Poison Spray, Animal Friendship, and Suggestion. So that's it for the Martial Powers and Races cards. So these are pretty cool. I actually like these quite a bit. It makes me kind of think that when they come to the other specific classes like the Ranger and the Paladin, which I don't have either of those, but it'd be nice if they had their martial abilities in card form as well, in addition to just their spell list, but I don't think that's the way that they do those. So this is really cool. The only thing is, again, there's a little bit of organization that you have to do yourself, because they just had these, they're probably listed alphabetically, which makes sense, but at the same time, since they're color-coded, I would have rather just had like all the racial cards together, and then all the fighter cards together, and then all the monk cards together and separated by their monastic tradition, and then you just have the three barbarian ones, which are fine on their own. So anyway, so that is, like I said, my opening of the Martial Powers and Races abilities for this, the Gale Force 9 Spellbook card series. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, and if you've used these in your campaigns, let me know about it as well. And that's probably going to be it for the Spellbook cards. I'd like to get the four that I'm missing, which is the Ranger, Paladin, Bard, and Druid, but I don't know if that's really going to be, you know, no pun intended, but in the cards for me. But we'll see what happens. So anyway, at this point, this is probably going to be the last in this series, and even if I get the other ones, I may just show them off in a pickup video. Probably won't need to do the unboxing for those, but this one felt a little bit different, and I'm glad that I did do this on video. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.